were trying to take out a whole terrorist organization, really, and it was a culmination of 2-year investigation. And we were coming in at the last 6 months of it, and we didn't know when they were going to resolve this whole thing. We just happened to come in, and then all the pieces of the puzzle kind of came together.
They told me there was an upcoming deployment that was going to concentrate in counter-drug operations and oil pipeline surveillance.
And it was going to be a night mission, and I was on from 9 p.m. to midnight. And so I came up on my shift, and our customer was at the time looking at about 6 to 10 guys by the side of the road digging. And as it turns out, they were implanting an IED.
I would say the most important missions are the ones that we're not prepared for, that something happens, we have to react. And so in your preparation for everything, you have to be ready to go no matter what happens, what you prepared for, and you can be an hour into that and something can completely change, and you have to be ready to react and adapt to whatever situation or accomplish anything that comes along.
Nobody else can see, nobody can get around the clouds like you can. You guys have to stay on this target. We have all this other intelligence that is pointing to this might be, you know, the best chance we've got.
One of the ways that they terrorized this customer was by either destroying, damaging, or stealing oil from the pipelines and selling it in the black market to finance their drug operations.
And the problem that we took care of there on this specific mission is we took weapons out of the hand of the enemy.
The original intent was for us to find a group of individuals that were using this hilltop as a observation post to coordinate and launch attacks on the local village population.
He starts heading west, and I knew from just prior planning before in my own mind that if he starts heading west, based on his other behavior, he's heading out of town. And that's basically that was the green light we were looking for. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Somebody lit a fire. I guess people on the ground were getting cold, so they lit a fire. And that gave confirmation, exact pinpoint accuracy.
If you lose even one person for 5 or 10 seconds, you don't have positive identification. So you need to have eyes on them all the time for our customer to do what they have to do.
The challenge was there was a small group of guys that basically had kind of gotten cut off and were isolated and didn't have the ability to get support from the other units that were on the ground. And they were kind of outnumbered and somewhat in a challenging spot.
So we flew over, came down, weaved around a couple of clouds, and then just came right back on target, and everybody was still there.
In this case, generals, admirals, depending on who we're supporting at that point, they want to be there. They want to be part of it, the mission. They want to see the video, they want to make decisions based on what we're showing.
That's another good thing we provide. We can do seamless transition so that the customer doesn't even know that we've launched another airplane. We just put the next camera on target and send the other one home.
Most of the time, if every other asset that the customer has is on the ground, the majority of the time scanning was still in the air.
It was very gratifying, and I definitely know that what we did helped stabilize that region. And when you do hear stuff on the news, because when you leave and when you're gone, you're no longer privy to what's going on. But when you hear tidbits on the news about, you know, certain areas, you can smile because you know you were there.
We prevented losses. It was estimated that they were having losses of over $5 million a day on this pipeline.
I asked him, is there anything we could have done better? And he said no. At no time did you tell me no, or we can't do that. All you guys asked is how can we help?
So if you want to talk about immediate results, this is an immediate result. They had 120 pounds of explosives they were burying by the side of the road. And we probably saved lives. I know we saved lives that night by stopping them from implanting an IED by the side of the road.
I think decision-making superiority delivered to me means providing the customer with that one piece of information that even with all the other assets they have, it's that piece of information that they're looking for that they can make an actionable decision on.
Decision-making superiority is what we are. That's what Insitu brings to the table. That's what Insitu offers.
Decision-making superiority delivered means this, that we have our sensors on target, we have our airplanes on target, we're providing ISR to our customer to make the right decision. And these decisions are life and death, and they need to be able to make the right decision with our information that we give them.
Decision-making superiority delivered is the ability to make the right decision immediately. And with what we can provide, the customer not only has an answer to one question, he has 10 answers to that one question.